again. Not again. Hey there guys, it's the Strong Boys 19. So, this is my next album review for another bad release this year. So as you can see by the album cover in front of the screen, this is my album review for the new Attack Attack album entitled This Means War. Now this album came out on the 17th of January this year, and it's over 36 minutes long. And for those who don't know the band, they're a metalcore band, and there's been another music genre that has been involved throughout the band's style and creativity, and that is electronic music. So yeah, a metal band with metalcore with electronic pieces with the metal at the same time. So it's a pretty weird mishmash for a metal band. So this is the band's second release, and I listened to the whole album on Spotify, and I cannot believe what I've just heard. Now, just like Van Halen, Upon a Burning Body, and Immure, this album is going to be added in my worst releases of 2012 this year. And just like Slave to the Game by Immure, this album is a huge disappointment. And I don't think a lot of people are going to be saying to me that this album is really good. I don't think there are a lot of people that really like this album at all, because this album is highly negative. So I checked out the other reviews from different internet websites on this album, and most of them are negative, and the ratings are really low from most of the reviews. So I'm basically just the same as the other reviewers, just mainly negative for this album. So let me get into detail of why this album sucks. So you get to hear a lot of really brutal drop G tuned electric guitars with really brutal guitar riffs, and you get to hear some heavy drumming, and the music is basically not rememberable. And there's been a few pieces of breakdowns, not again. So this album is basically a waste of time for me, and I thought it's going to be good, but apparently it's not. So the music creativity was just sludgy, with sludgy breakdowns, and some music pieces are just not really that exciting, and the vocals sounded really poor as well. There's been a lot of screamo, growling screamo type of vocals, and the vocals are those things that I cannot stand throughout this album. It sounds really plain annoying. So also you get to hear some of these choruses that have been played, pretty soft while the heavy music was continuing, and the vocals sounded, like proper singing, but they just sound basically whiny throughout these choruses. And the electronic music parts is included on some of these music pieces throughout the tracks with the metal music, and The heavy music with the growling, screaming vocals sound sloppy. It sounds all over the place. And when you look at the track listings in this album, they all begin with the word "the." Now, a lot of metal bands do not have these song titles that begin with that word, yet this album does. You just don't need to make a song title with the word "the" all the way throughout all of these songs. Because if you kept saying the word "the" throughout these song titles on this album, it gets plain annoying. I would just consider that this album is a chore of bad music, and it's just like every bad album in every way that is nothing special, and I wouldn't recommend this album to anyone. This album is not what I was expecting after that. So, I wouldn't consider this album as the worst album of the year, but it's still involved in the list. So, I'm going to give Attack Attack's This Means War 2 out of 5 stars. And if you are going to be checking out this album, then that is fine. This Means War by Attack Attack is basically a poor release to me, and I will never listen to it again. So yeah, that's my review for Attack Attack's album This Means War. And there's going to be more album reviews really soon, and other cool videos really soon in the future. Thanks for watching, guys, and keep it metal.